Portia Mystique still here with the Hidden Vine, and I am sitting next to a face that so many of you know, the incredible Miss Felicia Harris, the one and only Mary Kay lady in my life. Miss Felicia, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great, Portia. Thank you for having me today.
I'm so honored. We've had so many different conversations, but it's so good to finally film one of them so
Yeah.
that other people can see the amazing, beautiful woman that I get to know and that I've fallen in love with because you're amazing. But before we get into it, please properly introduce yourself.
Okay. Well, my name is Felicia Harris. I am a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant and sales director and married to the love of my life, my sweetheart, Mr. Arvelta Harris Sr. We have 3 adult children and 4 amazing glam daughters. And I just love meeting people and helping women and men know more about their skin. And also my nonprofit. It's about giving back to the community.
Let's get into it, okay?
Okay.
Because I think when we talk about people that are well known in Temecula, I would say that Felicia Harris is one of them. Almost everybody has come across you, and everybody tries to do your little pitch from your hips to your lips, and we all get it wrong. So before we jump into the actual conversation, can you just clarify it for everybody? What is the exact tagline that you use?
My tagline, Portia, is I have you covered from your eyes, your thighs, your lips, and your hips.
There it is. So for those of you who keep trying it, right there, rewind it back, play it again. She's got it. Okay. Thank you for that, Miss Felicia.
You're welcome.
So let's start with the whole Mary Kay thing, because
Mhm.
a lot of people know Mary Kay is skincare and makeup and stuff, but I'd love to know, how did you get into that?
Well, I actually was recruited on a cruise ship.
What?
Yes, 23 years ago, I had won a cruise from my employer, and there just happened to be another Mary Kay lady on the cruise, and she was from Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And so I actually won the cruise because I was one of the top performers in my company.
Oh.
And so it was a cruise for my husband and I, 4 days, down to Ensenada and back. So when I met this young lady, I told her what I did, and she says, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be on my team." And I was like, "What team is that? I'm already have a full-time job." And so we met, we connected, and we've been doing life ever since.
Mm.
And she's watched my kids grow up. I've watched her kids grow up, and it's just been a wonderful partnership. So I love what I do. I really do.
Wow. 23 years.
23 years.
So at the time, what were you doing? You said you had a full-time job.
Yes, I had a full-time job. I actually worked in the mortuary science business where I was a funeral director and a licensed embalmer in the state of California.
Sure.
Yes, so I'm the person that when someone has had a death, they would come into the office and I would meet with them and help them plan their loved one's funeral services from beginning to the end, which is the burial part. And I'm telling you, it was very rewarding. It could be stressful, but I enjoyed helping families. And the best compliment that I would get from a family would be, "Thank you for helping us plan this service. We didn't, oh, we can do that? Of course you can do that. Let's make this service," because every family is different.
Yeah.
Every family is different. And from babies to people that are in their hundreds.
Mm. Dang.
Yeah.
So many people don't know that about you, I'm sure.
No, they don't, but they do now.
They do now. Wow. So
Yeah.
what made you decide to fully pivot? Like, how did you get out of that industry and why?
Well, actually, I got out of that industry. There was a layoff, and I was let go right before COVID after
Oh,
31 years.
gee.
And fortunately for me, I had been building my Mary Kay business part-time. So I did have a customer base.
Mm.
And so when I went to seminar, and by the way, seminar is a big event that we have every year in Dallas. And so my senior director said, "Felicia, you need to write your resignation letter, but don't put a date on it." And I told her, I said, "Well, why do you want me to do that?" She said, "Because you need to be home to take care of your mom." I'm fast forwarding now, but you need to be home to take care of your mom and take care of your husband who was disabled and had brain surgery in 2012. And I said, "Well, I'm not for sure if I can afford to do that
Yeah.
because my husband's type 1 diabetic. So he's on medication
Mm.
and we have Kaiser, fortunately, which is a really good insurance." And I said, "We just can't afford that."
Yeah.
So she said, "Well, be obedient. Write the letter. Don't put a date on it. If you trust God, then things will work out." Well, guess what? I was let go on July 31st,
Mhm.
right before COVID. The next day was August, the month of August. But prior to that, when I was at seminar, I said, well, I'm just going to write the letter and I'm going to let August be the date. Because in the Bible, the number 8 means new beginnings.
Mm.
But unbeknown to me, I didn't put a date on it. So I look at it as, God, you have a funny sense of humor. So you let me go on the 31st. So I had no choice
Yeah,
but
yeah.
just to do that.
Right.
And, I haven't looked back since. And for me to go back into corporate America, I would not get paid what I was making
Mm.
because of my age at the time. So I decided to promote myself to directorship. And how many other women are maybe in the same boat or maybe facing the same thing? But
Mhm.
I'm just so fortunate that I had built a part-time business to help with our bills.
Gee
And we never lost
whiz.
our home, never lost a payment. I mean, it's been great. But
Yeah.
I have the fun and the flexibility. That's what it's all about.
Mm.
When you're your own boss, to have the fun, the flexibility, and I get to teach women and men about the importance of skincare.
That part.
That part.
That's
Mhm.
amazing. So, okay, now you are a full-time Mary Kay consultant, bringing in the money, but also helping people at the same time.
Mhm.
Is there anything else you do?
Well, I actually do. I'm actually part of a organization called Greater Works Today.
Mm.
We're a nonprofit organization based in Texas, and we have several things that we do. Two major fundraisers that we do is to raise chemo care kits for cancer patients, get
Mm.
sponsorship for that. And so I sponsor 4 local cancer centers with Feel Good Body Care products.
Okay.
And the other one is Adopt the Elderly program. And
Yes.
I'm so excited about that. This past year, we were able to bless over 375 seniors in the Inland Empire with a gift. And
Yeah.
these are seniors that perhaps wouldn't get a gift, or their families have unfortunately placed them in a facility and just forgot about them.
Yeah.
So when we go in and we bring our gifts, they ask, "Well, how much does this cost?" I said, "Oh no, this is for you. This is a special gift."
Yes.
So I'm always looking for
Oh, wow.
sponsors. The chemo care kits of Feel Good Body Care products is an ongoing every month. I'm raising funds for that and just need sponsorship for that. And of course, your donations, if it's a corporate that wants to donate or a business person out there that wants to do a large sum amount,
Mhm.
you can make that out payable to Greater Works Today and get for your tax purposes.
Dang.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mary Kay consultant,
Mm-hmm.
philanthropist,
Mm-hmm.
okay, because
Mm-hmm.
we're putting that in there. Philanthropist, charity woman. I was charity incredible connoisseur. I don't know what you want to call it, but you're a woman that always focuses on giving back. Now, what I've seen, even
Mm-hmm.
outside of Adopt an Elderly and Greater Works, I always see you at chamber events. You're always a volunteer for different things. What really drives that giving spirit that you have?
I would say it started from my parents.
Mm,
Okay. They've instilled in me to give back. Always give back
yeah.
and be a blessing to others, because if you're blessed, you need to bless others.
Mm,
And so through my service organizations and being out there, it's a good feeling. And
yeah.
I don't do it for fame. I just do it because it needs to be done. And I feel that if more people do things like that, the world will be in a better place.
Yes. Absolutely. No, we know you're not originally from Temecula. Where are you from
I'm
originally?
originally from Tennessee.
It
So you may hear that accent every now and then come out.
slips out sometimes. Like I get that a little okay.
Yeah.
So what was that move like from Tennessee to Temecula?
Well, actually, I would come out here in the summers because my grandmother lived in San Diego.
Mhm.
So we would come out and I would spend, a month here. But my husband, who has never been out here, never visited, never been probably no further than St. Louis, Missouri from Tennessee. So when he came out here, we decided to make this our home. And we moved out here end of actually 1986. We moved to San Diego. And I do have to say this funny thing
Mhm.
because in Tennessee, we have grass. So when
Okay.
we moved out here, he was like, "Where's the grass?" I said, "Oh, you have to buy it. It's called sod. They don't have grass out here." So he's like, "Oh, okay." But fast forward, he loves it out here. And then we moved to Temecula in 2004. 4
Mm.
and bought our home in Temecula and have been here ever since.
I love that. Oh, Miss Felicia, you truly are Temecula's greatest treasure, I have
Thank
to
you.
say. I
Thank you.
love you and I appreciate you. Is there anything you would want the people of Temecula to know about you or what you do?
Well, I think the people of Temecula needs to know that I'm a woman of my word.
Mm,
And I believe that if you are a person of your word, then people will support you.
mm.
And whatever your organization is, whatever your heart is, go for it. If it's to be your own boss, go for it. If it's to be of service, go for
Yes, ma'am.
it.
I appreciate you. Now, one final thing. If
Mhm.
somebody wants to become a Mary Kay consultant or they want to buy products from you, what's the best way for them to reach out?
They can text me at 619-843-1301, or they can visit my website, which is www.marykay.com/fharris2.
F Harris
2.
2. I got it.
And
I
that's the
love
number
it.
2.
The number 2. Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Felicia. I
Oh, you're
appreciate
welcome.
you. Guys, this is Portia Mystique with The Hidden Vine. And until next time.